Hey, what's up guys? Adrian Donovan here from FlipDontFlop. We're going to be actually doing our first thrift haul in this video. So we are in Cincinnati, Ohio, and there is this really huge, nice thrift store that is in Dayton, which is about an hour away from us. They had a half off sale a couple of days ago. We went there and we did extremely well. We ended up buying 53 pairs. We spent, I think, just under $600. And we found some very nice pairs there, which we always do. If you haven't already, guys, please do consider subscribing. It would be very much appreciated. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the haul. Alright, welcome back guys. So there are quite a few pairs to go over, so I'm going to try to go over them as quickly as I can. There are about 25 or so pairs to go over here with this thrift haul. So first off, we have this pair of men's Brooks Addiction 13. And I actually found two pairs of these. They're in really good condition. Paid just $9 for these. With them being in this condition, I think we shouldn't really have any trouble in selling these for, I'd probably say 60, around that should be pretty fair. We do sell men's Brooks Addiction very well. And next up, this is a pair I've actually never found before. It's a pair of No Bull. They are like white fly knit running shoes, also in really good condition. I did pay a bit more for these, but the comps definitely warranted it. Don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I paid $25 for these, which with them being in this condition, that's a great deal. And this is also like kind of a newer No Bull shoe. I think this pair, they should sell for 80, maybe 90. The comps on these are quite strong. And next up, I found this pair of women's Teva lace-up ankle boots. These are waterproof. And this pair is extremely clean, excellent condition. Looks like this pair was probably only worn like maybe once or twice. I did pay $12 for this pair, which with them being in this condition, them being like a nice lace-up kind of combat boot, that is a great deal. This pair should sell for, I would say, around 50. Now this next pair here was a very nice find. This definitely very easily belongs in like a top find of the week. This is a brand new pair of women's Salvatore Ferragamo. This is the Creations line from Salvatore Ferragamo. You can see they've definitely never been worn before. And this pair was $22.50. If you can see, they're marked at $45, but of course they were half of that, so yeah, $22.50. This pair, we have had Salvatore Ferragamo Creations before, but I think we've only found it a couple of times before. They're very vintage. And with these being like kind of like beige, I don't really see like any kind of storage, discoloration, or defects in them, so we can definitely sell these as new without box. I would probably guess that we can sell these for around $250 or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'm not quite sure. I just knew for $22.50, it was definitely a no-brainer to pick these up. And I'm gonna actually put these in a bag because I don't wanna I do not want these to get any kind of discoloration on them. And next up, we have this really tall pair of women's Cole Haan waterproof boots. These also have like the Nike Air technology, which we do sell these pretty well. They don't sell quite as well as they used to, but they do still sell quite well. They have like a zip up, and they have a bit of insulation on the inside here. We paid just $7.50 for this pair, and this was a pretty good pickup. I think we shouldn't really have any trouble in selling this pair for 50 to 60. That's kind of like what I'm thinking for this pair. The next one, I've actually never heard of this brand, but we sell this style of like kind of equestrian riding boot really well. And these are in really good condition. The construction of this boot is pretty high quality. They do have like a back zip up here. They're very clean on the inside. But the brand is Tough Rider. We paid $7 for this pair of Tough Rider riding boots. I think we can sell this pair for 70 to 80, somewhere around there sounds about right. I don't remember exactly, but I remember like when I was looking them up in the store, the comps on Tough Rider, like especially this model of Tough Rider was quite high. We may even be able to stretch closer to 100 for these, so definitely a very, very strong pickup. And next up, we have this pair of Subo lace-up wedge ankle boots. Overall good condition. They do need a bit of a polishing as there is a bit of like kind of wear to the toes there, but they are in overall good condition. We paid $7 for this pair here. We sell Subo like fairly well. It's not a brand that I find too terribly often here in Cincinnati. I think we should be able to sell this pair for about $40. Next up is this pair of women's Sass. This is the weave wedge model, if I'm not mistaken. They were marked at $35, but of course paying $17.50 was a pretty easy decision because we sell Sass like fairly well still, but it doesn't quite sell as good as it used to. But with these being brand new and for just $17.50, I couldn't just pass them up. I think this pair will probably sell for about $60 or so. I can't really see getting much more than that for these. If they were like wide width, then I could stretch it maybe 10 to 20% more. Next up, we have this pair of men's Bostonian blue lace-up boots. These are made in Italy. We do sell Bostonian. If it's the ones that are made in Italy, they do sell kind of decently. And this is like a really nice, chunky, high-quality boot. And for these, we paid $9, which is a good deal because I think we shouldn't really have any trouble in selling these for about $50. Next up is this pair of women's Stuart Weitzman lace-up clogs. They do have a few scuffs on them, which is a bit unfortunate as it's like kind of a patent leather, so it's a bit tough to make these look really nice. But they already look pretty good as it is. I can't say they are bad at all. And we got these for just $6, so that's a very, very good deal. I think we could probably sell this pair for, I'm thinking around 60, maybe 70. With Stuart Weitzman, like the price is very extremely, there's some pairs of Stuart Weitzman that it seems like it's hard to sell them for even like low 20s, but then there are some pairs that can easily sell for around 100. It just really depends, but I think we have had like this kind of style before, but it's been a while. So I'm going to need to look up some exact comps on this style of Stuart Weitzman, but that's kind of like where I'm thinking as far as price wise for these. The next one was a very, very nice find. This is a pair of men's Prada slip-on penny loafers. And this pair is extremely, extremely high quality. They have like a very thick, rigid midsole. And this pair is in excellent condition. It looks like they've only been worn a couple of times. Was definitely happy to pick these up. But yeah, like this thrift store, they do carry some pretty high-end shoes there. Not just shoes, like they carry like pretty much like all kinds of higher end things. But we can get lucky and score some really high-end finds, like such as Prada. We have bought Prada from there, Gucci from there. We have bought Louis Vuitton from there. We've bought Yves Saint Laurent from there. Like, it's a very, very nice thrift store. I would definitely say it's probably my favorite one. This pair of Prada, they are marked at $75, but of course they were half off, so $37.50. I think for this pair, with them being such a very high quality loafer, I think we should be able to get $130 or so for this pair. This is definitely the kind of pair that I would get with online arbitrage. I may even stretch closer to $150 for these because these are in such good condition. That's about half of them. And now we have the next half to go over. We have this pair of very nice boots. It's a pair of Johnston & Murphy. And for whatever reason, this thrift store, they price Johnston & Murphy extremely high, which I'm not quite sure why. Like, Johnston & Murphy is like kind of expensive new, but it's not that expensive new. This pair was priced at $25. So getting these for half of that was a pretty good deal because these are really, really sharp. This is actually a pair that I would not mind wearing myself. After they get a good polishing, I think we can probably sell this pair for probably like $50. And we have this pair of men's New Balance. This is the 928 model. It's version 3 of 928. They are size 7, 6E, so they are 6 wide. This pair is special because they are brand new. They've never been worn. And this pair was just $10, which for that price, that is a no-brainer. Because I think we should be able to sell these, since they are brand new, I would say for probably $80 or so. If they weren't such an unusual size, I think I would price them like at $100 or maybe a little bit above $100. Size 7, 6E is a bit of an unusual size. I'm actually going to put these in a bag, them being brand new. I don't want them to get scuffed up or anything. Next up, we have this pair. It's a pair of women's Salvatore Ferragamo Mary Jane loafers. And these are also patent leather, but the patent leather uppers are in excellent, excellent condition. I don't see like any kind of defect in them, so definitely wanted to pick these up. They were priced at $30, so at $15. It was a pretty easy decision. It's a good deal. This is a bit of a more modern pair of Salvatore Ferragamo. If these were like a bit of an older model, I might have like reconsidered getting them for $15. I probably will like resurface and repaint the sole to make it look a bit better. But I think I do, of course, wish they had any kind of indicator that they are Salvatore Ferragamo on them, but they don't. But that's okay. I think we should be able to sell these for probably $60-ish, somewhere around there. Sounds about right. These also deserve a bag too. And this was a very, very excellent find. And I can't believe they had these priced so cheap, because they had even some used pairs that were priced higher, and these are brand new. It is another pair of SAS San Antonio Shoemakers. This is the men's Navigator slip-on loafer. And look at that, $15. So we've just paid $7.50, which is almost criminal getting them for that cheap. They are, as you can see it, they are 12 extra wide, which you know extra wide just means extra profit. This pair will sell for 100 easily. I may even stretch it to 110, 120 or so. I'll have to look up a more accurate number, but it's a pair that I, of course, did not need to look up. This is a model that we have bought and sold numerous times over the years. But I would probably say 100 to 120 for this pair. And yeah, here is another pair of men's SAS. And these are also wide width, so that's good. And if you see, like, this one was marked at 30, but they are clearly pre-owned. So $15 for these, which I'm still definitely happy with, no doubt about it. This is the About Time Lace Up Oxford. I think we should be able to sell this pair for probably $60, because they do have a bit of like heel wear here. If they were in a bit better condition, I may stretch a bit more for them, but I'm totally happy with selling these for $60. Next up, we have this pair of men's New Balance waterproof hiking boots. They are an excellent size. They're size 12 4E. So again, a pair that is extra wide width. They do need a bit of detail cleaning on the bottom. There's the price, $18. So we paid $9 for these. And that is, of course, a steal. This is the 1069 model, by the way. I don't have a whole lot of experience with this model. In particular, we have bought and sold it a few times over the years, but I knew at $9 it was a no-brainer. This pair would probably be able to sell for 50 to 60 pretty easily. Here is another pair of men's New Balance waterproof hiking boots. This one is like a mid-top. And I'm sure they came from the same person because they are the same size. They are both size 12 4E. This is the 1400 model. Now this one actually we have found more often than the other one. They do need a bit of a cleaning as they are a bit dirty. They definitely actually hiked in these. Bit of detailed cleaning, and then give them like a bit of a polish, give them a good brushing, and they will look quite nice. Paid $14 for this pair. We'll probably sell these, I would say, for about 70. So yeah, as you can see, like this thrift store, it can be extremely good, but it's really only really this good when they have half off shoes, which they do have the shoes half off, usually about once per week, but there are sometimes weeks that they don't have any kind of deal. But so you have to like check their Facebook page, and they will post if there's going to be like any kind of discounts. They'll post it usually like around 7 a.m. So I'm like checking my phone to see like if shoes are half off, and if they are, we go straight to Dayton, which Dayton from where we are here is about a 1 hour drive, but is of course every bit worth it, because we go to this store, and when they have half off shoes, we usually find at minimum 40, but sometimes as many as like 55 or so. And there's also another really good store too that's like maybe a mile down the road, and we usually end up finding about 20 at that one. So from just 2 stores there, we usually find 60 to 70 pairs, and they are usually pretty high quality shoes. Like as you can kind of see from this haul, this is pretty typical quality, honestly. So it is the best thrift store in Cincinnati and Dayton, like I would say by far. I don't know of like any other thrift store that's going to be better than this one. So here we have a pair of men's Pro Pay. I think this is the Blizzard Zip Up Waterproof Boot. This is a model that we have bought and sold actually pretty recently. We found 2 pairs of these, but it was like the slip-on version, and they sold like pretty much within a day or 2. And we even priced them pretty high. This pair is like really, really clean. They don't really need anything done to them. We will kind of like wipe it around a bit to make them look just a little bit cleaner. This pair is 3 wide, so you know what that means. Extra profit. Always happy to see wide width. They are marked at 25, so we of course paid $12.50. I think we can probably sell these for $50. We're actually almost to the end here. I only see 2 more pairs to go over. We have this pair of men's Dr. Martens lace-up Oxfords. This is the one that is made in England, and the ones that are made in England are worth more money, no doubt about it. These are extremely heavy, really high quality, very durable. They have a really thick midsole. They're very well constructed. This pair, they definitely do need a polishing, and they do have kind of a bit of heel wear, but it wasn't so bad to where I wanted to like pass them up. We did pay a bit more for these. We did pay $20 for this pair after the discount. We will of course polish these up. They definitely do need it to kind of liven up the leather a bit, because the leather is a bit ugly and a bit dull. I know like that does kind of add a bit of character to it, but I am going to still like definitely at the very least condition the leather. I think we should be able to sell this pair for I'd probably say 60 to 80. Sounds about right. Just because of the amount of heel wear. Of course, if they didn't have so much heel wear, I would definitely price them a bit higher, but I think 60, 70, maybe 80 at most is about where we're going to be at on this pair here. And the last one to show here is this one. This is a pair of the original Muck Boot Company. This is a brand that I think we've only found a couple of times ever. These are brand new, and that is definitely what made me really want to buy these. But at this price, I would have bought them even pre-owned. They were just $10. Excellent deal. So it probably goes without mentioning, but these are definitely all bolos. If you see like anything like this in your thrift store, there's a good chance you're gonna want to pick it up. So with any kind of new shoe, you definitely want to make sure they're the same size. And these definitely are the same size. That is kind of one tip. We have not sold this brand very much, and I don't quite remember what the comps showed when I got these in the store. But I think if memory serves right, we should be able to sell this pair for 70 to 80, I think, is about what it showed. But I definitely knew for $10 it was an easy decision, because I think even used ones they were selling for like 50, 60, and I think the new ones, they weren't like a ton higher. I want to say they were like 80, maybe a little bit higher than that. I'm not even quite sure like how many pairs this was, but I would probably say it was around like 25-ish. I know it was like about half of what we found, because we did find 53 pairs, and we ended up paying, I think, $5.86 for all of them. So just over $10 each cost of goods, which I'm totally happy with, because the quality of this haul was super high. And it's really typical of this thrift store, and like the one like down the road from it, but especially like the one that we went to that had the shoes half off. Our average like sale price from that store is always very, very high. We usually pay like $10, $11 per pair there, but we can sell them for like probably 50 to maybe 60 each. So it's definitely, I would say, my favorite store in the area by far. I think it's gonna pretty much wrap up the kind of like haul. So I'll see you guys back in the office. All right, welcome back, guys. So yeah, as you saw, that was a very, very strong haul. There were some really nice pairs in there. I think, like I said, we bought 53 pairs. We paid $586, and that was probably about half. Between like 20 to 25 pairs, I think, is about what we went over. So I kind of did like a rough estimation on the value of that haul, and it should be between $3,100 to like maybe $3,400 in total. So yeah, paying $586 and being able to sell all those pairs for like about $3,500 is extremely, extremely strong. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you would want to see more haul videos like this. I think it's going to pretty much wrap up this video. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing, leaving a comment or a like. Anything like that would be very much appreciated. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.